Hello. I'm doing something today that I've never done before on my website. I'm going to tell a story. I'm not actually out there very much, but I've decided it's time. And I'm going to tell a story from this book right here, Stories of the Hymns. This is a great book by Glenn Rawson and Rawson Tonioli. And you can actually get this book on my website right now, along with a couple of other volumes of this same book and this one, Stories of Christmas, which is also really a great book. And they've written a bunch of really great stories about Christian hymns, and I wanted to tell one today. So I love telling stories. I'm actually going to just read it. I'm not going to tell you which hymn it's about, but I will tell you that our church is doing a new hymn book, and this is one of the new hymns in that hymn book, although it isn't a new hymn. It's been around for a while. So here goes. Horatio Spafford came to Chicago in 1856 to practice law. He was a devoutly religious man and soon formed associations with other evangelical Christians. In those early days in Chicago, Spafford put his Christianity into practice, teaching Sunday school, visiting the sick and imprisoned, and ministering where he could. In 1857, he first met Anna Larson, a recent immigrant from Norway. He was taken with her beauty and confidence. However, she was only 15 years old. Spafford paid for Anna to attend an elite women's school. After graduation, 3 years later, they were married. During the Civil War, Horatio and Anna volunteered and served where they could. Horatio continued as a lawyer, senior partner in their firm, and as a professor of law. In 1870, their 4-year-old son, Horatio Jr., died of scarlet fever. Then a year later, in October 1871, the Great Chicago Fire reduced Chicago to ashes, taking with it most of Horatio's considerable real estate investments. Notwithstanding their loss, the Spaffords worked to assist others stricken by the fire. In 1873, the family decided to take a holiday to England. Horatio was detained because of business in the city and sent his wife and 4 remaining children ahead. This included Anna and her 11-year-old daughter, also named Anna, 9-year-old Margaret, 5-year-old Elizabeth, and 2-year-old Tanetta. On November 22, 1873, their ship, the Vildeava, was rammed midships by another vessel, the Lochern, and sank in 12 minutes. It was one of the worst maritime disasters in the 19th century, and 226 people lost their lives. Among them were the 4 daughters of Horatio and Anna Spafford. At the collision, Anna gathered her children close, looked for escape, and attempted to comfort and assist other passengers. However, as the ship tipped onto its bow and started under, the babe Tanetta was torn from her arms and swept away, as were the other girls. In the end, the 4 girls either drowned or succumbed to the icy waters of the North Atlantic. Anna was found floating semi-conscious on a piece of planking. After her rescue, she was overheard to say, "God gave me 4 daughters. Now they have been taken from me. Someday I will understand why." She would later testify that in anguish and grief, she heard a still small voice speaking to her, "You were saved for a purpose." When she arrived in Cardiff, South Wales, she sent a telegram to her husband that read, "Saved alone, what shall I do?" Horatio immediately boarded a ship and set out to join Anna. As they sailed, it is reported that one day the captain called Spafford to the bridge, pointed to his navigation charts, and informed him they were passing over the very spot where the Vildeava went down. Spafford returned to his cabin and, with emotions we can only imagine, wrote these words: "When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul." I love this story. I think it's so inspiring, and I love the hymn. I'm going to have another story next week. I'll see you then.